We can all agree that player bans are necessary. Nobody likes a cheater, but sometimes Epic bans individuals for the dumbest of reasons. From banning a pro mid-FNCS Grand Finals because he was mass supported, to silencing pros that protest unreasonable decisions, or potentially losing $35,000 because of a banned username, and even forcing a player to forfeit his World Cup game due to an unfair ruling. In Chapter 2 Season 7, Mr. Savage and his trio of Andretta and Refsguard were locked in a heated spawn battle with Malibuca, Mustache, and Shizzo. When it came time for the Grand Finals though, it was clear that Savage and co were just a better team. Neither team fought, but Savage's team got most of the loot and capitalized on air games much better, getting multiple wins on the day. But in Game 4, things took a turn when Savage got banned out of nowhere.
The top 24.
I think you...
I got... What? Internet lag, your IP or machine VPN usage.
Not long after, his teammates Andretta and Refsguard were also banned too. This was already horrendous, but it didn't seem like Epic were paying attention and Savage remained banned while the next game started. While he was banned, Savage found out the likely reason as to why. A popular Russian streamer named Mirwana was watching the tournament and just so happened to be spectating Trippern. The streamer commented on how it was weird that Trippern had such good loot, yet he avoided finishing the fight he just engaged in. After that, he said this.
Тиминг, блять, очевидный. Ну как можно не пойти с фиолетовыми помпами, с фуллутом 200 хп, добивать челов, которые, блять... Я репорчу его нахуй за тиминг, мне похуй. Пусть эпики разбираются, блять.
While the streamer didn't directly tell his chat to report them, the fact that he did it on stream after complaining about them for the past minute likely incentivized everyone in his chat to report them. When combined with the knowledge that Mr. Savage is boot camping in the same house as Trippern, and it makes sense why all three were banned. Finally, in the middle of Game 5, Fortnite acknowledged a mistake, and the solution was just as bad. Fortnite voided the results of games 4 and 5, and now 8 games would be played on day 2 to make up for it. While it was nice for Savage to be able to play out the games he was banned from, it was a slap in the face of Savid, Rifla, and Astro, who won game 3. The best solution in this case would have been to play 2 extra games on top of the 2 that already were voided, and then subtract each team's worst 2 games. That way, Savage's team would be able to get to play the games they were banned from, while Savid's team would be able to keep the win they rightfully deserved. In the end, the blame is solely on Epic here. There is no reason that autoban should be on in an FNCS Grand Finals, but it didn't seem like Epic learned, as in the very next FNCS it happened again to Noahreyli. In the finals of one of the qualifier weeks of the Chapter 2 Season 8 FNCS, Noahreyli was randomly banned in the middle of Game 1. Unlike Savage's ban, there wasn't even a reason. Even worse, they didn't even restart the game either. For some context, Noahreyli had been previously falsely banned while playing a skin cup. Luckily, it was just a skin cup and it wasn't too serious, but there is no denying that it tarnished his reputation a bit since Noahreyli was frequently accused of cheating at that time. So what did Epic do to compensate him? Give him 2,000 V-Bucks, of course, but at least Noahreyli was compensated, unlike Veno's mid-FNCS ban. While today Veno is a renowned player in EU, back in 2021 he was relatively unknown, and one thing people didn't know is that he was banned at one point. In Chapter 2 Season 6, Veno's account was disabled because Epic found out that he had bought the account. Veno bought his account sometime in 2019 because he just wanted some nice skins, and while it is against Epic's TOS to buy and sell accounts, it is the circumstances around the ban that make it so controversial. You see, Veno and his trio of Aqua and CRR were qualified to the FNCS semi-finals, so by banning Veno, his trio also got their FNCS spot voided as a result, and because it was already semi-finals, neither Veno nor his trio could find a new team to play with, meaning that all three were disqualified from playing in FNCS because of someone buying a Fortnite account. Veno also had about $6,000 waiting to be paid out that was stored on the account, though it is unknown whether Epic paid it out, and it is unknown why 95% of my viewers aren't subscribed, so subscribe to fix that, no pressure though. For those of you who remember, this is also exactly why Tfue was banned all the way back in early Chapter 1, and people were up in arms about that. Likewise to banning account sellers, Fortnite also bans a lot of cheaters. But what about fake cheaters? If you were around in 2020, you may remember when Fortnite went on a tirade against people who put cheater in their names. When aim assist was at its most powerful in early 2020, many controller players put cheater in their name as a way of mocking keyboard players who complain about aim assist. But Epic did not like this and eventually cracked down, where they unironically said they are banning quote-unquote clout farming. The precedent this set going forward led to one of the dumbest bans of all time, one that barred a player from playing in an FNCS. In June of 2021, WavyJacob was slapped with a 180-day ban for supposedly exploiting. It was later discovered the real reason was because he changed his name to... yeah. While the ban was eventually reduced to 14 days, he couldn't play the upcoming Solo All-Stars tournament because of it. WavyJacob was one of the best solo players in NA West at the time, so this ban potentially made him lose out on $35,000. But while WavyJacob was fighting for his life to be able to play in Solo All-Stars, one pro was doing the exact opposite. Zayt has always been known to be a troll throughout his entire career.
But these are our points leaders. Zayt is in the open.
By June of 2021, when Solo All-Stars took place, he had already quit the game for a few months. However, due to the tournament invites being sent out to individuals who placed highly in a recent FNCS, Zayt was invited. Zayt historically has hated solos and likely wasn't going to play, until the perfect opportunity arose. Just 12 hours prior to NA's tournament, beloved Fortnite caster Aussie Antics dropped from the broadcast due to comments he made on stream.
They're right. Oh, Rivley, I don't know you, but you're going nowhere in life, dude. Like, no one likes you. Holy
The community rallied behind Aussie and pretty much nobody supported Epic's decision. Zayt would then ominously tweet asking for what Aussie's skin combo was. Then, in a show of pure alpha energy fueled protests, he changed his username to Justice for Aussie, and then threw away his FNCS by swimming around the outer edges of the map for the whole game. Fortnite banned him after only one game, probably because they knew how badly they messed up. After this, Zayt uninstalled the game and never came back. Rest easy, my goat. But resting easy is not what King did after he got banned. Just before the Chapter 6 Season 1 semifinals were to be played, King's Fortnite account was just disabled out of nowhere. When he contacted Epic, they said it was because he was account sharing. King later stated that this is because he frequently traveled around the world and still needed to play Fortnite while traveling, hence logging in from multiple PCs, but Epic just kinda said nah fuck that and left it in until the very last day before semifinals, where they then unbanned him. This was likely part of Epic's wider crackdown on Fortnite account sharing and selling, but they seriously should have not kept King banned this long. I highly doubt that one of the most tenured pros of all time who's been playing professionally since 2019 would account share. Though none of these bans would even come remotely close to Letwick's World Cup ban. Going into Game 6 of the World Cup, Letwick wasn't doing too well, but with a good performance in the final game, he could potentially thrust himself into the top 20, which is where the big money was. However, halfway through the match, Epic staff came up to his setup and told him to stop playing, and some people in the audience noticed this, capturing a video of him with the saddest look of defeat on his face. Supposedly, Epic disqualified him for screen peeking, but Letwick's point of view tells a much different story. According to Letwick, the player next to him, Flexi, slammed his desk after dying in a match. Letwick, spooked by the noise, looked over to see the commotion. This is further supported by the fact that Flexi's player camera was turned off by the time Letwick was banned, likely meaning that he was telling the truth. But even if you agree with Epic's judgment, the fact that Letwick of all people were banned made no sense. Just a day prior in the duo finals, Skeptic was caught on camera clear as day peeking at the official broadcast monitor and nothing happened to him. Overall, just another epic blunder to have the player boots in direct view of the broadcast monitor, likely making this the worst player ban of all time. Subscribe to my second channel, link below, or check out the other videos on your screen now.